Hey guys, yours truly, Kevin Grace. I'm here at the Big A, and the A stands for Aqueduct Racecourse. Aqueduct opened in September the 27th, 1894, and in 1959, it got rebuilt for a cost of $33 million. Now, unfortunately, in a couple of months, that being June the 28th, racing will cease here and everything will shift to Belmont or Saratoga. Aqueduct primarily was a winter track, and you had most of the winter racing done here. Now, just due to the fact how horse racing has changed, a lot of these tracks are closing up. Now, Belmont has been closed for 2 years. They knocked down the grandstand and the clubhouse and built a newer one. The track has been reworked. They added another track inside, so it's going to be a really nice looking complex. So it's too expensive to keep all these racetracks open. Now, this is my first time here, and I wanted to document it. Now, in a couple of months, I'll be here that closing weekend, and I'll add on to the different racetracks I've gone to before they've closed. I went up to Suffolk Racetrack 2 weeks before they closed up in Boston. I was at Arlington Racetrack in Chicago a couple of months before they closed. I was at Golden Gate the following weekend before they closed. Hollywood Park, I was up there that final weekend. Make sure you check out those vlogs. Pimlico has been knocked down. They're making a new complex. They'll be open in 2027 next year. And Laurel, the races will cease there, but they'll use that facility as a training center. But yes, horse racing has definitely changed. Now, over the years, you had superstars like Secretariat and Cigar have raced here, and this complex is located on 210 acres. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen to this facility because there is a casino attached to it. But and another place that I've gone to that is now closed as well is Calder. Now, they weren't open to the public there last year because of COVID, but I'd gone to Calder Racecourse, which is right in back of the Hard Rock Stadium where the Miami Dolphins play down in Miami. So that's another racetrack that's gone to the wayside. Now, horse racing is not as popular as it was last century, and just things change. You can bet by phone, you can stay at home, you can go to casinos. and do simulcast betting. So things have changed, and we've always talked about getting the newer generation involved in it. And it seems like every time that they do, it's always some type of beer situation. Hey, we're going to have a beer garden, or we're going to have some music or whatever. So things have kind of changed. Now, like I said, you can bet on all these different sports by your phone with FanDuels and these other applications. But anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to show you some sights and sounds. Today is Wood Memorial Day. I won't be able to stay for the race because I've got to take a bus back from Port Authority back to Baltimore. Got to work early tomorrow morning. But I will be here in 2 months when they will close. I'll be here that closing weekend, if not that closing day. But enjoy the sights and sounds of Aqueduct, and may all your picks be winners.
We are standing at the south end of the new Aqueduct Racetrack. With me here is Mr. George Widener, chairman of the Jockey Club and honorary chairman of the New York Racing Association, Mr. Ogden Phipps, the vice chairman of the Jockey Club, vice president of the New York Racing Association, and two of my fellow trustees in the New York Racing Association, Mr. John Morris, formerly president of the Jamaica Racing Association, Mr. Skiddy Von Staddy, formerly president of the Saratoga Racing Association. In back of us, you see the world's largest enclosure for thoroughbred racing. This stand is 1,050 feet long, 350 feet deep at its greatest depth, 310 feet deep at its narrowest depth. Under these stands, there's a great ramp which will accommodate up to 50,000 people with good visibility of the race course from any angle. We have 22,000 seats, stadium-type seats, under these roofs. There is adequate box area, good circulation, and every modern convenience that we could provide for the comfort of the public. Here in front of us are 3 separate race courses. First, we see the 1 1/8 normal dirt track. Just inside of the dirt track will be a full-size mile race course on the turf. Inside of that will be a 7/8 of a mile course for steeplechasers and hurdlers. In the interior of the track will be beautifully landscaped lakes, flowers, and one of the most beautiful interiors in the country. The tote board is directly in front of the grandstand, of course. One of the great features about the new Aqueduct Racecourse is going to be our saddling enclosure, which will be directly in front of the grandstand, where we can saddle our horses and the public will not have to move from its seats in order to see the saddling before each race. Inside of the grandstand, all enclosed areas will be air-conditioned. There will be dining room capacity for 2,500 people. There will be adequate snack bars and eating places and lounges, and everything will be provided for the comfort of the public. I do not believe there will be in the entire world a more beautiful race course for thoroughbred racing than the new Aqueduct. All of us who've had any small part in this building of this great structure are extremely proud to say that we are going to conduct the finest thoroughbred racing in the world beginning in 1959, and as you can see, we are well on schedule, and the completed structure is going to be ready when we open next year. We look forward to a real bright future for thoroughbred racing in New York State. It has been called in the past the Big Apple of racing. We are going to see that that name is perpetuated. It is always going to remain the Big Apple of racing in America.